Hello, and welcome back to the 20th Century Dude channel. What do we have here? Oh, got some new CEDs to go with my new CED video disc player, which I will have to show you in a future video. I will be enjoying giving you that demonstration. But anyway, so we have a stack here of some new CEDs. Some are a shop Goodwill lot that I got, and that's a long story of them getting here. I'll explain why shortly. And others were part of a stack that my parents happened to get. Not all of them that they gave me I decided to keep. I kept maybe half of them, and some of them were copies of movies that I already had or were part of the lot, or were just plain broken. Apparently they found them at an estate sale somewhere, and now we got some more CEDs. So I'm in the process of actually going through these right now. I guess we'll start with Rocky and Bullwinkle here. I have this in the player right now, cleaning off the dirt. That's typically what you want to do with these. Is play them through once, get the dirt off, because, it could be a good 20, 30 years since these things have been played last. And accumulate a lot of dirt over time. But anyway, to start, we have Rocky and Bullwinkle with Friends, and I haven't seen this cartoon in a good long time. So it'll be nice to have some catching up to do there. So, there's Rocky and Bullwinkle on CED, and from what I've tested from this disc so far, it looks pretty good. I'm actually most of the way through this stack. Still have a few more movies to go, this one included, but we're almost done cleaning off the discs. But let's move on now to The Russians Are Coming, The Russians Are Coming, from the 60s. I don't know if any of you recall this film at all. I've personally never seen it. I remember that was something big my dad and Grandpa used to watch, and I do recall, I think the ending was on TV. I always catch this thing on TV at the very end. So yeah, that's The Russians Are Coming, The Russians Are Coming. Here's from the Shop Goodwill selections. This is Twilight Zone the movie. Now you'll notice here it does say horror. I'm not really a big horror guy. Never been the biggest horror fan. But I'm also a Christian, so I'm not exactly gonna be in a big hurry to try and dive right into horror. Sometimes, maybe not every single one of those horror movies, but there definitely is some demonic stuff out there. So I'm really hoping Twilight Zone, the movie, isn't the case. Well, I haven't seen a whole lot of the original Twilight Zone show. I wouldn't say there's anything in there that was terribly spiritually demonic, per se. Not that that would have been, allowed back on 50s and early 60s television, but I'm going to remain pretty cautious going into this movie. And I'm really hoping it does not lean into the horror elements too hard. This was also the famous movie from the 80s, I believe, where there was that famous helicopter crash that killed 4 cast and crewmen, and of course lawsuits abounded, and this movie has always been subject to controversy for that very reason. But anyway, continuing on with the Shop Goodwill lot, we have Charlie Chaplin's The Great Dictator, where he basically mocked and spoofed Hitler. A little fun fact, though, he said had he known that the Holocaust and all those atrocities were going on, he would have never made this film. But this is some of his later comedies. This is way past the tramp stage of his filmography. He was moving beyond that. Modern Times is one of the last movies with the tramp character in here, because this time now he's playing Adolf. Of course, Adolf Hitler actually did steal his mustache for a guy who ironically hated America. He did like Charlie Chaplin and his stash, so he just went and took that from the Americans, I guess. And I guess before continuing onward, there's a long story about the Shop Goodwill lot, and this is why I'm kind of a bit hesitant to want to use Shop Goodwill now, because when I went and got it, the lot was pretty super cheap and had a good selection of, 6 or 7 movies. So I went and got it. Lo and behold, one day it does show up. The problem is that I only got half of what I was looking for. There were supposed to be 7 caddies of movies. There were actually 6 movies, but one of them was it needed, 2 caddies because of how long it ran. That movie was True Grit. I've decided not to keep that one, actually, because I already have that on DVD and tape, so I really don't need another copy of that movie. I've decided to give that one up, but that did come with a lot. What happened? We got True Grit, we had The Great Dictator, and we'll have one that's coming up soon. But they did not apparently decide to give me the rest of the movies, which kind of made me a little irritated. So, I had to go contact somebody in customer service, and lo and behold, about a week and a half, 2 weeks later, I finally have the remaining 3 movies, finally. This Fleetwood Mac mini documentary and concert here is one of them. It's only about an hour long, so you don't need to flip the disc or anything. You just put it in the first side and we're good. I actually just cleaned this off yesterday, so I think we should be in tip-top shape for watching Fleetwood Mac in concert. Also, a little fact, if you wanted to know, the blue caddies and the white caddies. If they're in a white caddy, which was the predominant amount of CEDs, that meant they were in mono. If they were in blue, that meant they were, of course, in stereo. So if you have one that's in stereo and you have a stereo adapter for your CED player, then you're going to be in great shape. Here we have, this is the movie 48 Hours from the 1980s with Eddie Murphy and Nick Nolte. I've never seen this, so I don't have an opinion on it. I believe there were 2 of them. I think there was another 48 Hours. Again, I've never seen any of these, so I can't make a opinion on them, per se. But that's 48 Hours right there. Here we have Rocky. There's a little bit of stains and smudges here on the cover, but that's okay. Ironically enough, I had just picked up all these movies on a little small DVD set at Walmart the other day, and lo and behold, here comes Rocky 1 and 2 on CED. I actually have Rocky 1 and 2 on a beta tape. I'm actually going to get that for you in just a minute, where there's actually some music videos from the 80s. So here's someone's Rocky 1 and 2 beta tape. As you can see, we have some music videos present on here. What do the music videos feature? Well, we have a good deal of Michael Jackson on here. We have the famous Thriller music video. We have his Say, Say, Say music video, and he did that song with Paul McCartney. We got Billie Jean, Beat It. Here we have Sharp Dressed Man from ZZ Top. 1999 from Prince. Total Eclipse of the Heart, I mute that one or skip it because I actually don't like that song at all. I kind of hate it. So that one gets muted. But yeah, here's the beta selection for Rocky. But let's continue on here. There were actually 2 caddies of Rocky that were present. Unfortunately, the other one had the top corner here got snapped off. So me being concerned and not wanting to shove this in the player, this was the copy I ended up keeping. I still have yet to clean the dirt off of this disc, but I, of course, look forward to watching it on CED and DVD in this case. Last but not least, for the CEDs, we have one of my favorite movies of all time. This one I really lit up when I got it. It's Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. Unfortunately, the cover here is a little beat up, is a little peeling when I got it, but that's okay because it's in a nice stereo disc. So I look forward to watching and listening to it through the stereo adapter. Now, I will admit, I do sound like a bit of a hypocrite when I say this, that I didn't need some of these movies in multiple copies. However, considering the novelty of this and the fact that it's one of my favorite movies of all time, I might let The Wrath of Khan slide a little bit. After all, I already have it on Blu-ray, I already have it on VHS, actually already have it on beta as well, and a DVD copy of the director's cut of the film. So this makes format number 5 that I have this film on. So I could always keep this as a decoration, although I think, you know what, we'll at least play this through once. It's in stereo too, so it's going to sound pretty nice. Isn't it, buddy? Yeah, a little story about this guy over here. For the past several nights, Otis here has apparently decided it's a good idea that at 1 in the morning, it's good to let his owner be meowed to death. So instead of sleeping, I have to deal with this cat. Oh, look, he's embarrassed. He doesn't want to admit it. But it's true, Odie. You need to stop disturbing people when they're trying to sleep. It's not respectful at all. I know you're a nocturnal creature, but you need to have some manners. But anyway, aside from the rant about my cat, here's the CEDs. So I hope you enjoyed this portion of the video. Now, originally when I was going to do this video, I was actually going to only focus on these CEDs, but considering I had a decent stack of new selections, I elected to move forward and do some Blu-rays and DVDs anyway. To start, here is F1 the movie, if you remember that, actually from last year. I thought it was pretty good. It's nothing groundbreaking, but I thought it was pretty good. One of my favorite movies from last year. It's like those Jerry Bruckheimer movies from the 90s. Being that he helped produce this as well, that also definitely helps. This was well worth seeing in IMAX, so I will say this is well worth the IMAX ticket. I really wanted to get that 4K and Blu-ray Steelbook. That way I had both, and I'll have to pay for these separately, but I figured we'll at least just start with the Blu-ray for now, as a cost-cutting measure. This is The Passion of the Christ on Blu-ray. I had this on DVD now, so I guess I can go upgrade. This is definitely a tough film to watch for many people, and I can definitely see why that is. But it kind of has to be brutal that way. You can't portray the crucifixion of Christ without knowing what it really took for him to sacrifice your sins on the cross. It's a gut-wrenching movie, but it's necessary. This is definitely one of those films where you gotta at least watch once in your life to say that you've watched it. When my parents saw this when it came out, they said everybody's face was just blank. I mean, there were a few people who were kind of weeping and emotional, but many of them were just, their faces were blank, because everybody took it in. So it's definitely a very powerful film to watch. Watch it if you haven't yet. Up next, we have this Best of Duck Dynasty DVD. I think that's kind of a lie. It really isn't the Best of Duck Dynasty. This isn't like a compilation or anything. This is really just, let's slap a disc from Season 1 in here and call it a day. So this is really kind of a giant bull-faced lie. I guess whoever did this DVD set right here didn't do a good enough job. Here we have the Bible miniseries from, I want to say, 10 to 15 years ago. If you grew up in a church, your church library may have had this in here. Maybe you even watched part of this in Sunday school or something at one point. I remember one year for a Good Friday service, we actually watched the crucifixion part of this story. But that's all I really got out of this series so far. I haven't really watched the rest of it, so now I have an opportunity, I guess. Up next, we have the movie Time Bandits, which, yes, I have not seen this. I have an excuse to get around to it now. So for anybody asking, what do you think of Time Bandits? I've not watched it. hopefully in the future, I will tell you soon. Here we have the John Wayne movie, The Green Berets, which I found actually sealed at my local thrift store, so that was kind of nice. This was controversial back in the day. It sort of portrayed the Vietnam War in a positive light, even though that was an extremely divisive topic. But that didn't stop Wayne from hopping into this film and making it. So this is the Green Berets. Here we have Cool Runnings. You may have seen this DVD of mine when I did the mechanical DVD cleaner video. Fortunately, it is a little scratched up on the disc, so I'm going to have to be very careful playing it. Nonetheless, nice to have Cool Runnings on the DVD. I actually have this on tape as well, so now I have the analog and digital copies of Cool Runnings. Not bad, I suppose. And of course, weren't we just talking about Rocky earlier? Here's the Rocky DVD set. It does not include Creed, however, those 3 movies. I've actually heard mixed things about Creed. Some people like the Creed movies, some people hate the Creed movies. So these only include from Rocky to Rocky Balboa, which is just Rocky 6. So that's only how far it goes. But anyway, that pretty much sums it up for DVDs and CEDs. Hope you enjoyed this photo video, and hope to catch you on the fly. See you. God bless you all. And make sure your cat does not disturb you while you're sleeping at night. I'm looking at you, Otis. You know you're guilty. Yes, you are.